The truth occurs. The truth occurs.
Hi everyone. I posted a video yesterday about the rash of cannibal attacks and is it related to bath salts? I thought maybe it was, but I gotta say that I really appreciate your comments a lot. You guys are awesome because, you know, I post about what I think, but that doesn't mean I'm always right. But you really help a lot by leaving your comments because you point things out that maybe I overlooked. Such as, maybe this is just a conspiracy to ban bath salts and that the attacks had nothing to do with bath salts. Right now the Canadian government is working on banning bath salts. So definitely a ban has come out of all of this. But are the bath salts really to blame? First of all, Rudy Eugene's girlfriends, he had 2 of them. And they both said that he was really not crazy and he wasn't a drug user. In fact, the second one, who's mentioned in this article, said that he was a Christian and he really didn't do drugs and, you know, like church-going man, and who knows what happened. She suspects either he was drugged or it was voodoo at work. So if it wasn't bath salts, what other kind of drug could he have taken, or could he have been slipped? Some of you suggested scopolamine. Scopolamine, also known as burundanga in Colombia, comes from a plant in the datura family, called down there the borrachero tree, which is a hallucinogen. This plant is used by criminals to drug their victims. They can blow it in their face, or slip it into their drink, or administer it to them in some other way. And then the reason they do this is that the victim then becomes highly suggestible. So this might be why some people said maybe it was scopolamine. However, I don't think that scopolamine is a good candidate because it makes you suggestible in a way, as in pliable, as in give me all your money, write me a check for $1,000. That's why the criminals use it. It doesn't make you suggestible in the sense that somebody would tell you, there are people out to get you, you're a cannibal, I want you to run naked down the street and shoot someone's face off. It doesn't really work that way. It makes you suggestible. Actually, the ancients, I think it was the Aztecs, they used to give it to the wives of the king when he died so that they could get them to walk into their own graves and be buried alive with him. That's what scopolamine does. It'll make you suggestible in that sense. Back to the bath salts though, could it have been the bath salts? A lot of you were telling me that, you know, bath salts are 1/100th as potent as methamphetamine, and it's very unlikely it was bath salts. Some people mentioned that it came from the cat plant, which is a flowering evergreen tree or large shrub which grows in the Horn of Africa and southwestern Arabia, and is used as a kind of traditional medicine, if you can call it that, as a stimulant. You chew on the leaves and it's got an effect like chewing coca leaves. I'm a big fan of plants, all kinds, even ones that might have psychoactive properties. I think that this is great. They were put here by God. They all have medicinal uses. We should never ban them. And when you ban them, actually all that happens is people make synthetic versions, more potent versions of the active. I guess, did I say something wrong? Did I just offend God? Oops. Sorry, God. I didn't think you'd get so upset. So the bath salts are a synthetic compound made from something that's based on the cat plant. So I hear. I can't confirm it. I read it on the internet. You guys can fill me in if it's wrong. Bath salts. I looked into the effects, and indeed there are a lot of people saying that they had horrible experiences with bath salts. Would it make you turn into a crazy cannibal? I don't know, but definitely there have been people having bad experiences. But then again, Rudy Eugene's girlfriend said that he was not a drug user. So maybe the bath salts thing really is a diversion. So what else could it have been? It's not scopolamine, it's not bath salts. He wasn't, you know, crackhead. Could have been mind control. That did come to my mind. I did suspect mind control. It is possible. There are 2 ways that you can make somebody into a mind control slave. One is through plain old hypnosis. If you don't believe me, go and watch this video, Derren Brown, the Assassin, parts 1 through whatever, and you'll see how you can take someone who's very suggestible, put him under hypnosis, and then put in a post-hypnotic suggestions that he could be anything. You could turn him into an assassin. I mean, you got to watch this video. You could take somebody who's never shot a gun before and turn him into a marksman, and then you implant the trigger, and then when he hears the trigger, or when, whatever it is. It could be a sound, or it could be, a tap on the shoulder. He goes into mind control slave mode, and then he kills someone, or whatever else you want him to do. That's one way to do it. The other way is through satanic mind control. I know this might sound a little far out to some of you, but I believe that there is such a thing as a satanic super soldier. And if you've never heard of this before, you should have a look at Russ Dizdar book, The Black Awakening, Rise of the Satanic Super Soldier. And basically what this is people who serve the devil, who, practice Satanism. What they do is they'll take somebody and they'll program them. And, actually MK Ultra and the government, they've done the same thing. So, well, maybe they serve the devil. Well, in fact, yeah, they probably do serve the devil. But anyhow, this has been documented, like CIA have done things like this too, and also just general people who serve the devil. So what you do is you take the person and you break them down, you traumatize them, you abuse them, you drug them, you do everything you can to them to completely break them down. And then when they're in a broken down state, then you insert the mind control. And the purpose of this is to have satanic super soldiers all over the place. They can carry out your will. And they don't even know that they're satanic super soldier mind control slaves. So Rudy wouldn't know, his girlfriends wouldn't know, nobody would know. And but then he could be triggered to do things whenever his controllers would like him to. And what happens sometimes is that the satanic mind control slave, everything starts to break down. See, they usually split into several personalities. And then at some point, something goes wrong, and it's like there's just a big short circuit in there. Everything falls apart, and they go berserk. I suspect this may also be what happened to the director of that movie, Coney 2012, when he was seen running around, jumping around naked, and screaming stuff. And those twins, I think it was like in Sweden or Norway, those twin blonde girls who ran into the street, tried to kill themselves with trucks and had superhuman strength. This is the kind of stuff that happens. Superhuman strength, like you're almost bulletproof, you want to kill, or kill yourself, you go totally crazy. That's mind control, slave, gone berserk. And I think this is what could happen. I mean, his girlfriends, they did say voodoo, and this is like a form of voodoo. Satanic voodoo. I'm not kidding you. You could go look it up, So what do you think? You still think it was drugs or schizophrenia? Can you go that crazy schizophrenia? He didn't have schizophrenia. No, everybody says he was normal. Well, I guess he wasn't that normal, but because look what he did. But maybe he was a normal mind control slave, and then everything just fell apart, and this is what happened. Well, let me know what you think, and thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.